All right, next up is from Ed Ferris from Wales. Hello, Conan and Disco. I hope you are all keeping well. I wanted to ask a question for the show. Years back, I remember reading in a wrestling magazine that WCW were in negotiations with Jackie Chan to work an angle with Ernest Miller for a pay-per-view. Was there any truth to this? Do you know? I do recall Miller saying Jackie Chan's name in promos a few times as if they were building towards it, but it never happened. Instead, when the pay-per-view came, he seemed to dance with James Brown instead. This was most disappointing. If you could shed any light on this, I would be grateful. Best wishes, Ed Ferris from Wales.
Got nothing to add to this. I have no clue. This is news to me.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
Yeah. Sorry, Ed Ferris. I can't. We can't. I'm not going to make up a story here if it's not entertaining. If I can't come up with a story to make up off the top of my head, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
It says here, just to give a short response to it, that there was, when Rush Hour 1 came out, this is according to Ernest Miller, they were going to have Jackie Chan on the show to promote the movie he did with Chris Tucker. So
you're still talking about things I have no clue what you're talking about.
Well, I'm sure you know the movie Rush Hour, right?
We can get Ernest on the show and we'll discuss it with him when we bring him on. And I'd love to have Ernest on the show. We should make that happen soon.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. Mike Durbin has joined the mailbag here, and his email is entitled Shawn Michaels Back Surgery Fraud. On the newest Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru podcast, Corny calls Shawn Michaels' infamous bump on the casket, the one that Shawn says ended his career the first time, at the 97 Royal Rumble, a phantom bump, and continues to accuse Michaels of faking his back injury. He then says Shawn's back surgery scar was only 1.5 inches long and further discredits him. My question to you, Conan and Disco, not Joe because we already know his answer, is what do you think of people who make up fraudulent neck, spine, back injuries? Do you think if GoFundMe was around in 97, Shawn would have asked for donations to help pay for his allegedly fraudulent surgery?
Well, me and Conan
can
speak on... This is from Durban. This is a pretty dumb question.
It is a dumb question.
Because first of all, nearly every wrestler at some point has had back problems, and all you got to do is look at the way Shawn Michaels worked. And if you think he had a fraudulent back injury for all the bumps that guy took, I would disagree with that, because I've had back injuries. They're not visible. It's just you can't get out of bed. You can't roll. It just hurts.
Well, I thought
the thing with Shawn was Shawn was big into the pills. I wasn't. I would take a couple somas, maybe 3. If I took 3 somas at one time, that was a lot for me, right? But these guys were dropping 7 to 8 of them, and I can only imagine the type of back pain they had, because my back was sore, and I would drink beer and do too. And if I took I didn't like Vikes because they made me uneasy, so I take ibuprofen. But these guys were on tons of Vikes and tons of pills, and in that I was like, okay, maybe they're getting f***ed up, but this guy must be pretty f***ed up if they're taking all these pills. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. He didn't look like he had a fraudulent back injury.
Let me just say this: the part of this that makes it a dumb question is Shawn Michaels was probably one of the highest paid wrestlers in the business. Why would he be going on GoFundMe?
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Kazoo that.
The theory was that he knew Vince wouldn't release him because of the Monday Night Wars, so he faked the injury to get paid and just stay home and whatever. But